All right, 5 o'clock on the dot, and we have a full house. So make sure everybody's paying attention, because I can see if you guys are paying attention or not. So Carrie, Kevin, Jose, Johan, this is a full webinar, guys, and I'm at 3 times capacity. So I want to make sure that the people that are here are actually paying attention because this is important stuff, and a lot of people aren't able to make it in. And you guys are actually the ones that showed up early. You're going to get tremendous benefit out of this, as opposed to the people that watch a replay. So if you guys aren't paying attention, um, I'm just going to stop talking, and I might just kick you out to give room to other people who really want to be here, to really learn about all this stuff. It's extremely powerful. For those of you that missed part 1 of all of this, I'm going to send you guys out the replay, so you guys can kind of put everything together, and see how this all ties in together. And you guys are going to get great benefit from it. I've got really hammered in terms of people sending me requests for various things over the last webinar, so I'm going to do my best to manage everything this time around. And actually, we've already had people have applied the techniques from last webinar to their current business model right now, and they're already having results. So I'd like to thank Greg for recording. He's a tremendous help when it comes to that. It really lets me focus on being able to provide my full attention to all you guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Psychological selling to the high end, part 2 of 3. Okay. Here we go. Introduction to NLP. NLP, something that I use in my business all the time. I absolutely love this topic. It's made me a lot of money. And if you guys just start applying the basics that I'm going to teach you within this little webinar, you're going to start seeing tremendous result and growth within your own business. But first, for those of you who weren't here last time, who am I, right? Who is this guy? I run a successful SEO agency that caters to high-end clients. The core of my business is plastic surgeons. Okay. As of recently, I've been getting a lot of questions from friends in the forums on how exactly I'm able to sell to this sort of clientele so successfully and deliver consistent results via SEO. This actually led me to start expanding my business to help other internet marketers actually get results with their SEO, along by providing them business coaching and mentorship. Next, the quest and expansion has been very gratifying for me, actually more so than any other venture that I've taken on in the past, and I plan on dedicating much more time into helping as many people as my time permits. So that's kind of my story. I wanted to personally thank all of you for attending today. I know you guys are going to learn some really powerful and awesome stuff that you can start applying to your businesses immediately. Again, this webinar is a little bit different than many of you might be used to. It's going to be packed full of value that you can use immediately, with fun pictures to entertain all of you. I try to do my best when I'm putting these things together. Unfortunately, in my head, there's a lot more going on than I'm able to put on slides, so I do my best with this. Also, I'm still looking for audience participation, guys. This is an interactive group. You're all very smart and talented, and the most that you're going to get out of this is if you guys participate. So ask questions, engage in the topic. I know there's other people out there that have the same questions as you. If you haven't done so also, make sure you join my Dreamlabs Facebook group. Great bunch of people in there. Tremendous help for a lot of people. I'll be giving the link out for that at the end. I'll more than likely go off topic as I tend to have lots to talk about and teach, but really the main focus here is getting you guys to start tweaking your mindset to be able to close high-end deals. My goal is to teach you all what I know. I have a lot to talk about when it comes to all this sales stuff and not enough slides to cover it all. And there you have it. That's what I'm looking for tonight, again. So let's get started. Do you guys remember this guy? Those of you who were in our first webinar, right? He is the boss man. He's the person that we want to sell, the person that makes all the decisions and is very used to calling all the shots. Well, in our little webinar presentation, he just told me that our services are just too expensive, right? If we're closing high-end clients, and for a lot of you, I know you don't have the confidence to go out there and put a $5,000 to $7,000 contract in front of your client. You might feel a little intimidated, and if you don't frame it properly, you might get something like this: our services are too expensive. Let's say we didn't follow last week's webinar. How many of you guys have heard that? You know, let me see, show of hands. How many of you guys have heard that your services are just too expensive for those of you selling to the high end? Right. They don't discount their prices. You're absolutely right, Carol. So why should we? Do you think that we're going to go in there and ask them for a discount on our surgery? What do you think that they're going to do? They're going to laugh at us, right? Malcolm, yes, you will have access to last week's webinar. Our services are just too expensive. Uh-oh, right? We hear that a lot. We're not going to know what to do. If we're honest with each other here, guys, most of you have no clue what to say, right? Let's be honest. This is a question that scares a lot of people, because then you start recluding in your shell and you start thinking, uh-oh, my services are too expensive. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? How do I convince him otherwise, right? Well, I actually love this objection, guys. I love it. It's probably my favorite objection to deal with ever. So what would Julian do in this situation, right? Any guesses as to what I would say? Let's start seeing some answers come through. You can't afford to not hire me, okay? Compared to what? What makes you say so, right? ROI. Compared to what? As compared to what? Go over all the value that you would provide. Too expensive as compared to what? Missed last one, so you have no idea. It's okay, Keith. I didn't cover this in the last webinar, so I'll get you a replay. It's about ROI. Do you think that your services are priced too high? Competition will get you. Then I must not be dealing with the best in the industry I thought I was. How much is a new client worth to you? All good answers, guys. So here's what I would say. Here we go. This is the beauty of NLP. I agree. We're not for everyone, but it's not a matter of how much it's going to cost to implement our solutions within your business. It's more of a matter of what it's going to cost your business not to implement our solutions. You guys see this? This is specifically what I say. Okay? When they talk to compared to what, if you guys are selling internet marketing, there's a lot of different things that you guys can be compared to. They get bombarded by people trying to sell them on internet marketing all the time. Okay? So this is what I say. I'll go over it again. I agree. We're not for everyone, but it's not a matter of how much it's going to cost to implement our solutions within your business. It's more of a matter of what it's going to cost your business not to implement our solutions. Very powerful, guys. Welcome to the beautiful world of NLP. Okay? How many of you guys just got your minds blown how simple it is to overcome this common objection? Right? Leads to a bunch more questions. Yes. Yes. Good one. Awesome. Love it, guys. Loving the interaction. Who wants more? Who wants to dig into this? Loving it. Especially if you have shown good value to the client. Yeah, that's right, Kevin. If you go over the previous webinar. Let's go. More. But first, do you see how powerful this is, guys? Do you guys see how powerful something like this can be? I just want the blue pill. Right, I want the blue pill too. I like the green pills also. Yes, words are extremely powerful. You're right, Jerry. Words are extremely powerful, and it's all about how you use them. So let's do this, guys. Super excited to get into this. It's absolutely my favorite topic. Hypnotic language in sales. Neuro, the way you use your senses to collect information from the external world. Linguistic, your ability to use words to influence others and yourself. Programming, the structures you use to make decisions and perform other key functions. Example, I only want you to move forward because you have realized our services are right for you. I think the best way to understand that our services are a perfect fit for you is to look out to the future, to the next few months, and find yourself having higher paying clients, being able to spend more time with your family, and to be able to slowly start scaling back the hours at work due to having higher net profit clients coming through your doors. All by using Dreamlabs' services, which are custom tailored to the specific needs of your business. Every time you think about us for your marketing consulting needs, I want you to break into a smile because you're imagining the peace of mind that you have from having us on your team. When you're doing that, not now, but imagining you're doing it in the future, then you already know we are exactly the perfect fit for your company. Come on, guys. How would this benefit you? Let's go over everything that just happened. What are we doing? We're future pacing, right? We're getting them to paint a picture in their head of what it's like to use, for in my instance, Dreamlabs as a consulting firm. Apply it to your own business. You know, once you start getting them to paint the picture, they're selling themselves. Everything we went over in the first webinar, right? Look out onto the future. In the next few months, find yourself having higher paying clients, spending more time with your family. Keep in mind, guys, that this is like step 3. Okay, so we've already gone and figured out, the practice maximizer audit. We've already figured out their needs through Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We already know our client at this point. Okay, so this is just us crafting the picture to be able to suit their needs as exactly that they wanted. So let me go through a few things here. Painting the picture for the client. That's right, Max. They sell themselves, seeing their dreams happening. Right. We're getting them to daydream about this stuff, because if we're in the now, they know that in the now they're going to have to spend money. Okay. It doesn't matter who you are, nobody really wants to fork out $6,000-$7,000 for anything, unless they've just got more money than they know what to do with and they just don't care. But if you future pace them and you get them to see, to envision, to feel all these different feelings of this new company, this new business that this is going to start forming by having you as their consultant, they start associating these images and they start associating these feelings with you. Okay? Does this make sense? Can you show slide 41 again? Sure. I only want to move forward because you have realized our services are right for you. If you find out some things they love outside of the practice, you can use that. Sitting out on your sailboat, enjoying your new wine you discovered. Exactly. Guys, this doesn't just apply to plastic surgeons, okay? This is literally application that you can use anywhere. Doesn't matter who your client is. So, moving forward. Okay. This should give you all an idea of a few patterns that I use that can be incorporated into your language when it comes to selling high-end clients. I want you all to think of a few different approaches after this webinar that you feel are applicable to your business. Okay? So a little bit of homework for you guys. And one way that I got good at this, I really stepped out of my own thoughts for just a few minutes, took what I learned, and I would write out 5 to 10 different patterns which I felt applied to my business and applied to my clientele on a sheet of paper. If you guys do that, you practice 10 minutes a day for a week, it's going to start becoming natural for you guys. It's going to become second nature, and you're going to find yourself closing more deals. Now, application to real world circumstances. Yes, Michael, there will be a replay. Active participation from your prospect is key, right? More often than not, I found that just planting seed of direction in your potential client's head is all you actually need for them to get the whole idea and take action on what you want. Okay? Even if that sale doesn't happen right away. In fact, for some of you who are familiar with my funnel, I don't just close in one shot. Okay? It takes me two, if I'm really good and I really know my prospect, but on average, 3 to 4 times before I close a client. In fact, last week, I think, I had a deal come back up that was, 2 months in the making, all by staying in sort of constant contact. But in the beginning, I had planted a seed in this person's head. I had painted the picture and everything. And eventually it grew, and we closed the deal. How much time each conversation? What do you mean by that, Michael? That's probably a really good question. What is my average time to close a deal? Okay, my average time to close a deal strictly depends on the needs of my client. I am not someone that's going to tell you that you can close a deal 100% fact within 2 times of talking to them. Okay, I gauge it. I give it time. These are high-end deals that we're talking about here, guys. This isn't going out there and selling a $200 product to someone. Okay, you're literally selling a lifestyle. You're selling a vision, and it takes time. And what I see a lot of consultants do and internet marketers do is they try to rush things, right? You can't rush this. It has to be natural. It has to flow. They have to understand that, you don't need them. You're only there to help them. If you guys can start thinking that inside your heads and start programming yourself as like, oh man, I need to close this sale, and I need to do it within this time frame. Otherwise, I'm failing. This is a whole different league. Okay, this league is where you're literally, like I said, selling them on a lifestyle. You're taking your time with it. You're going through the motions, and it's very slow and it's very natural. So if you guys remember last week's webinar, right? We talk about the needs. Well, we have to address every single one of those, like the practice maximizer audit, their needs and everything, eventually to get to this point, which after this point, this is really when the selling starts to happen. So average time for closing, it really depends. It can go as fast as 1 week for me, and it can go as long as, 2 to 3 months. If you've managed to look for the benefit your prospect gains from complying with your wishes, and that you've managed to present that information in a meaningful way to them, it's a complete win-win for both parties involved. Does this make sense, guys? Right. I said once that these people are powerful and make decisions. That sees allows them to digest it, and it lets them become their own idea. These are questions coming through. The time needed to close is not necessarily whether or not the client is ready, but is often determined by how prepared the seller is. Right. We're not really selling though, Stan. We're consulting. I don't ever think of myself as a salesperson, ever. I think of myself of someone that provides tremendous value into other people's lives and businesses, and I'm there to provide information and solutions. The selling is just extra, but I'm not in sales. Okay. So let's revert back to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? If we've managed to address these things, we've done a pretty good job. For those of you that haven't gone over this yet, I'm going to send you out the replay, and you'll get a copy of it. So we're consultants, not salespeople, remember? You guys really need to get that and understand it. Beyond understanding it, you guys need to believe it, okay? If you think of yourself as a salesperson, you're only worth what a salesperson is worth. Okay? And usually in the world of internet marketing, it's not that much. They think of you as more of an annoyance as opposed to anything. Okay? This means that persuasion is not about a one-way scripted monologue with yourself, but it's a two-way process that engages both parties involved. Okay? Like we said, remember our first webinar again. Get them to talk about themselves. Ask questions, let them talk. Okay? It's all a process. It's all one big funnel. If you follow the steps, you get great results. After we ask the questions, let's take a look at how a good conversation should go. I know this is basic, but it's good to go over it, okay? I like to keep it simple. 1, inform. 2, invite. 3, acknowledge. Okay? So let's go over that again. 1 is to inform. 2 is to invite. And 3 is to acknowledge. How do we apply this to something useful to us consultants, and how would a good conversation go? Inform. I always get excited about being involved in the customization process of a marketing sequence because I know you get to experience the joy of watching your business reach new heights. What do you guys think of that, guys? What are we doing here? Let's see some participation. I want to see answers start coming through. Trust. Good. Making it about them. That's right, Mark. Planting a seed. You're informing. Right. Selling ourselves without selling. Right. All good answers. Predicting a positive future. Very good, Michael. Value driven. Yes. Okay. Here's why I love this example. Because at first it seems like I'm giving an offhand statement. But if you really look closely, I shifted the I to a you. So I can start anchoring feelings to my company. Here's the beauty of it, guys. Let's look at it again. I always get excited about being involved in the customization process of a marketing sequence because I know you get to experience the joy of watching your business reach new heights. Okay? I started anchoring feelings about my company of joy, watching their business reach new heights. So now they started associating these feelings just by this conversation with my company. What do you guys think of this so far, guys? Pretty powerful? You guys like this stuff so far? Powerful. Absolutely, Michael. This is what creates millionaires. Literally. This is what Fortune 500 companies teach their employees. If you get AT&T on the phone or whatever, this is what they talk about. If you listen to how they ask their questions about how you watch TV or things like that, they ask you to talk to them about that. Well, what kind of shows do you like? Talk to me about what you like watching on TV. It's no different, right? The art of persuasion. That's right. Next, we invite them. Tell me a little bit about your business and what makes it such a pleasant place to work. What aspects would you like to get excited about to see grow? Let's go over that again. Invite them. Tell me a little bit about your business and what makes it such a pleasant place to work. Which aspects would you get excited to see grow? Once again, I'm tying feelings into words, right? When I'm asking these questions. Pleasant, excited. As I'm getting them to talk about these things, I'm the one directing this conversation. They start associating those feelings with my company. Okay? Then we acknowledge. Very interesting. So from what I understand, it would be of great benefit to you if we could fill in the blank. What are you guys offering? Well, what you should be offering is exactly what you found out that they needed through previous conversation, right? The deal's closed. I don't know if you guys realize it or not, but at this point, you're just consulting them, going back over everything that they said, and the only answer that they can give you that's logical is yes. So it would be of great benefit to you if we could bring in higher paying clients, bring in more lucrative surgeries. Yeah, Julian, that'd be great. Cool. Well, let me come back to you with a proposal based on our recommendations. And once again, guys, I don't sell. I recommend. And what do I recommend? I recommend exactly what they told me that they needed. So there's no way that they can turn down my recommendation. Does this make sense? Let me get ones. Ones for yes. Some Y's, some ones, some yeses. If you guys don't understand something, make sure you stop me. I'll go back over it. Right. You love that you don't sell, you recommend. Yes, it does. Cool. Awesome, guys. Are you guys liking this so far? Pretty fun? Pretty cool stuff? This is my best stuff, guys. This is the stuff that they won't teach you anywhere else. I'm giving it to you for free. Awesome. This makes me happy. Say the proposal script again. Um, Proposal script. Hmm. Uh, well, the proposal usually comes after, we go through all of this. So I'll take in a new meeting. What I'll do is I'll set another time up and whatever. I always call them by their first name. I know I covered this in the webinar last time, but I will always talk to them as my equal. They're not better than me. In fact, it's their privilege to be able to talk to me. So I will always address them by their first name. So let's just assume that, I'm talking to a Michael, right? Be like, awesome, Michael. Glad we can get an understanding of exactly what your needs are for your business. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a proposal together for you based on your needs. What would be the best time for us to meet, whether it be next week or, the end of the week? I have some time available here and I have some time available here. Which one works best for you? If you guys are doing this face to face or in a meeting, I always set the appointment before I leave. Always. And I give them two options and I make it work within my own schedule. Obviously be flexible, right? Um, but that's how I do things. And at that point, they're excited. They're looking forward to what I have to present. Does that make sense? And I'll tell them, hey, next meeting I'll have the proposal, get ready to rock and roll. I'm excited. I start tying those feelings back into what I say. Get excited, get ready to rock and roll, I'm super excited about all this. And I make them feel that. And I'll tell them, bring your checkbook because we're going to play come our next meeting. It's time to get serious. Do I have them email the answers to the audit back or wait to give them when you meet? I have them email it back to me. In fact, I won't even talk to a potential client unless that's been emailed back to me. Because what that does, and I'll kind of go over a few things that I went in the last webinar, is that it makes them commit to me. It's a micro commitment. It's not a micro commitment on a monetary level, but it's a micro commitment on a time level. And for me, my time's worth a lot of money. Okay? So I deal with people that are serious, as should you. Time is your most valuable commodity. Okay? So if you guys are just chasing down tire kickers, that say, oh yeah, I'm interested, but and it's all about them on their own timeline, and you're just more of an annoyance to them or whatever, that's not who I want as a client. Okay? I think I was talking to somebody yesterday, and she had told me that the person that she had, an interview with or something was cranky or groggy or not very pleased about something. That's not who I want as a client. You can't pay me enough money to make my job uncomfortable and stressful for myself. You guys don't need that. Okay? So what the practice maximizer audit does is it lets you filter out all the crap. If they're serious about you, they're going to take the 5-10 minutes it takes to fill it out. Not only if they're serious about you, but if they're serious about wanting to grow their business. Does that make sense? Let me go through some things here. So I require completion of audit questions before moving forward. Yeah, absolutely, Michael. Always. It just lets me know that, they're serious about wanting to do business. Why would you waste your time with somebody that doesn't want to take the time to do that? It just means that they're not serious. And your time can be way better spent going and talking to somebody else who actually wants something. Okay? That's demeaning and unacceptable. Not sure what you mean by that, Carol. I'll send the replay out. Do I have a link to the audit? It's in my Facebook group, so you guys can go in there and get it. For those of you who don't have a link, I will send it out. Okay. So we went through the 3 stages of conversation. So when you put ideas together with this conversation management approach, you now have a way of automatically steering the conversation any way you choose to. Does that make sense, guys? We literally have all the tools necessary to move this forward into a successful close, right? We've done the practice maximizer audit. They've done the time commitment that it takes to get in touch with us. We've addressed their hierarchy of needs, so we know that. And now we're using NLP to steer the conversation in the direction that we want it to go. How do you get past the practice or business manager to see the doctor? It's a very good question, Diane. You should talk to me personally about that one, because I use my own system on that. Okay. This is some of my most powerful stuff, guys. Literally. You guys want to know how I do it? How I close high-end deals? This is exactly how I do it. I'm patient. I'm extremely patient. And I'm able to see it through. Okay? So, don't overthink it and just apply the basic fundamentals. It took me a while to put this webinar together for you guys because I have a lot of information. A lot of it is a lot more advanced, and I needed to make sure that I can compact it into a way that wasn't going to overload you guys. That was just the basic fundamentals to where you're enough to be deadly and literally go out there and close high-end deals. So, I really think that you guys are going to be amazed at the results that you're going to start seeing once you start applying this. Are we selling them on internet marketing in any way, guys? I know I covered this last webinar. No, we're not. Absolutely not. They get 100 of those phone calls every week. Okay? What are we doing? We're asking questions, right? We're letting them paint their own picture in their mind on why they need you to achieve each of these goals. Okay? So feel free also to use it against your significant other as well to start getting more football time or getting your hubby to cook dinner. It works, right? Slide 75. Let's go to slide 75. When you give the prospect the practice maximizer audit to fill out, does the prospect tell you they filled it out, or you call or email them to find out if they filled it out? What I do is if we're in touch via email, which is usually how things start, I'll send it to them within a first few emails. I'll be like, hey Max, what I need you to do is I need you to go ahead and fill this out for me just to see if we're going to be a fit to be able to work together. Okay? I make them qualify themselves to me. Okay? Always. It's just going to increase my chances to have a successful close at the end. So that's kind of how I do it. Right? We're asking questions. Okay. Guys, this is just scratching the surface of all of this at the most basic form that I could put together for this webinar. Okay? I live for this stuff, guys. For those of you who, have just started kind of talking to me and, figuring out what I'm about and who I'm about, I only started getting into helping out internet marketers about a month and a half ago. And when I saw the overwhelming demand and the lack of information that was available to you guys to actually be successful, I started dedicating a little bit more time to that and helping some of you guys out with tremendous success, I should say. So this is what I consider myself giving back to the community of the things that I've learned, because I remember what it was like to not have anything and to try to figure things out. Um, and it's extremely difficult. I know that you guys get bombarded every single day by a million different things, a million different email lists, and that is the road to nowhere, guys. It is the path of your own destruction. I am on one email list, and it doesn't even sell me anything. It's something completely unrelated. So the first thing I tell to my students is to unsubscribe from every single email list that you're on, except the ones that you know are truly beneficial to yourself, and the one path that you have chosen to go on yourselves. Okay, whether it be medical or whoever, if there's somebody out there that you guys really like, stick with them because you might get a lot of interesting content. But everything else, take a step back, analyze your business, see where it is that you guys want to go, see who it is that you guys want to become, and figure out what you guys want to offer to people, right? Like for those of you who know me, I don't do social media. I don't do reputation management. My company focuses strictly on SEO and video SEO, and we do it extremely well. Do I know other people that are really good at social media and those other things? Yeah, me, but I choose not to offer it. One, because it's too time consuming for me. So when I talk to my clients, they're very much aware that this is the core of my business. I don't try to be a one-size-fits-all type of company. We're very specific. And if you're very specific at what you do, your value is going to shoot up tremendously. Because if you're looking at it from their point of view, they get hit every day by people trying to sell them everything, right? If you're able to differentiate yourself, to be unique, and to have knowledge and extensive knowledge as a consultant in one or more areas, your value just makes you shine through all the sea of stuff that they get. Okay? How long have I worked with high-end clients, and did you start by using these techniques? I've only been into internet marketing, guys, since February of 2012. For those of you who don't know, um, my background comes extremely from sales, so I learned a lot of this stuff from other companies that I had worked for, and I ended up uh, getting a job for a reputation management company that was just god awful, and they were legitimately stealing from their clients. I would talk to people, and they say, "Oh, we're already your client," and when nothing would get done, um, I confronted the owner about that, and he's like, "Oh, we don't care, we're working on it." And unfortunately, guys, that's just the way that most people in this business think. And I said, I can't do this. I'm not going to work for thieves, and I can do it better, and I can offer more value. And I just kind of jumped into it. And I was lucky enough to have a friend who's extremely successful in internet marketing who invited me to one of his seminars, and it just kind of took off from there. Um, but like most of you, I learned the hard way that, you know, cheap clients is more of a headache. And I thought there was a better way. So I started chasing the high end, right? And I just applied everything that I knew from sales to them. And amazingly enough, guys, the conversations that I have with my clients usually have nothing to do with internet marketing. It all has to do with how their business is doing and what they ended up doing for that weekend, or if they're having more time with their family, and how's the wife and the kids and things like that. I have a very close relationship with my clients. So you like my high standards is very refreshing. Yeah. I like my standards too. I try to do it a little bit better, and try to give you guys a little bit more value than everybody else is out there. So how many of you guys would be interested in learning all of this more in depth and getting more insight from myself personally into growing your business? Show of hands, guys. How many of you guys would be interested in going a lot deeper into accessing all of this? Because I got bombarded with emails after my last webinar, which actually humbled me uh, quite well. Um, and a lot of people were talking to me about personal coaching and things like that. And the thing is, guys, I just don't have the time for that. And for most people, it's a little bit out of their price range. So what I've decided to do is I've decided to put together a mastermind, which I'm going to run a little bit more differently than other masterminds that are offered out there. Um, from what I understand, a lot of people get people into masterminds and they don't give them the personal attention that they need to actually be successful with their business, or they don't answer your questions and things like that. The mastermind that I've put together for you guys is extremely affordable. Okay, I've made it affordable on any budget. We meet for 1 hour every week. Everybody has their voice, and I will personally address each and every issue until we get them cleared so you guys can feel confident in moving forward. How does that sound, guys? Pretty good? This is awesome, guys. I'm loving this. All right, guys. So that's what I've put together. I think it's going to be a great benefit to you guys. I have a lot more to cover. Here is the link if you guys want to join. Let me know if you guys get that. While you guys are signing up for all of that, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the link to the Facebook group, because I know that a lot of you guys aren't there yet. And guys, I'm readily available in the group. I encourage participation. If you guys have a question, there will never be a question left unanswered. Okay? I am there strictly to make sure that you guys succeed. If you have any SEO questions or anything like that, open book, guys. So, I talked about services that I provide on SEO. I'm familiar with other services like Endless Rise. You also mentioned that you had a nightmare using the wrong outsourcing. How can I keep my commitment using the right outsourcing? Robert, we would be happy to fulfill your SEO services for you. I started offering this to a few people. They've had tremendous results. You can talk to them in the forums. My whole aspect and why I didn't use a big company when I was first starting out is because I like personalized care and attention. Okay? I believe everybody deserves that, especially when they're first starting out in business and they have a lot of questions. So the way I run my SEO company is that every single one of my clients knows me by name, and every single one of my clients has my email address. They also have my Skype name. If you're a client of Dreamlabs for your SEO, you can rest assured that you have the best SEO team in the industry working SEO for 2013. If you want to know more about that, you can write me on Facebook, and I'll be happy to get back in touch with you. I will send a follow-up email with the link for GoToWebinar Mobile. Okay, Carol, the mastermind. The mastermind is going to be me personally within our group calls addressing each and every issue that you guys have in terms of moving your business forward. Okay, I am big on that. I am not the type of person that likes to leave questions unanswered. Here's the link again. It's It's going to be very personalized, but in a group level so that I can scale it because my coaching really isn't for everyone. And we address the questions. We go more in depth um, at your pace on the things that I've already covered, such as Maslow's hierarchy of needs, NLP. With NLP, guys, this is just scratching the surface. I can go into subtopics like anchoring and framing and future pacing and all these different examples of everything to where you guys will benefit greatly. Okay? Carol, get in touch with me afterwards. Did you guys get the link? Here is the link to Facebook, guys. And let me know when you guys are in as well. Um, Let me get the Facebook link. Here is the link to the Facebook group. Including script level language. Sure, I can do that. If that is something that you feel would benefit your business, we can absolutely do that. Any questions, guys? Did you guys get the link to the Facebook group? I'm assuming so. I'm starting to see requests come through. There we go. Awesome. Guys, I really want to thank you all and joining the group. It's really a great bunch of guys, and you guys can benefit tremendously just by hanging out in there. They're all good people, and I absolutely go in there and answer each question myself. Uh, because I mean, honestly, what's the point of joining a group if the group owner is not participating in the conversation? This is great, guys. Note to self, if a webinar attendee is on a mobile device, they can't click on links in chat. It's okay. Oh, we get in touch with me on Facebook, Mark. How long is my program for, Julian? My program is for as long as you need it to be. It does bill automatically every month. If you guys give me, 15 days notice, I can cancel it. Um, I'm not into keeping you guys sucked into something that you feel has no benefit to you guys. So there's no minimum commitment. Okay. I know a lot of people out there are doing, 4-month commitment because of this. Guys, if you're in my mastermind for, you know, a month and you realize that, it's really not right for you, then there's no point in you staying in it. You know what I mean? You obviously know what's best for yourself and your business more than anyone. So this isn't me trying to get you guys in for, an indefinite amount of time and only giving you guys a specific amount of information just to leave you guys coming back for more. This is more of a group where we meet, and I also plan on learning a lot from you guys um, because there's a lot of people that I talk to who are incredibly knowledgeable. I learn every day. I know a lot. I'm successful, but I also know that I don't know everything. And there isn't a day that goes by where somebody doesn't tell me something um, that benefits me in some way or another. So this is just a group for us to learn from each other. I have an open book, guys. Open book on whatever it is that you want to learn. All my knowledge is there for your taking and for you to apply it. But don't join if you guys aren't going to apply what you use. Okay? There's no reason in that. Hold on. In my mastermind, do I teach you my sales process and how to fulfill the SEO services as well? Absolutely. Excel, to fulfill the SEO services, you can just use Dreamlabs as your provider. Okay, we help a lot of different people within the group. It's very personalized. But if you want to learn my sales process, absolutely. Anything that you guys want to learn to make you more successful. I know that one person has already managed on his own set 4 appointments with plastic surgeons by himself, just calling using my method. 4. And this is somebody that came back from not being able to make contact with anyone for the last, year and a half, if we're honest. So, yes. No, this is not the secret Facebook group mentioned in the order form. The Facebook group on the order form is something completely separate, where I'm going to be sharing my best secrets with you guys and exactly how I go about things. Where this Facebook group is more sharing of information, me answering questions, the secret Facebook group is a free-for-all. Ask me whatever it is that you want to know, you will get an answer. And if I don't know the answer, I definitely know somebody who does. What about lead gen? Great question, Michael. I have a great lead generation. It's called Google. And if you use Google with my method on actually getting appointments set, you're going to be pretty successful. Is it appropriate to ask what I charge for outsourcing? I don't outsource anything, Carol. Everything I do or SEO is all done in-house. There's no India, there's no Philippines. What do you guys want to know about that? There's many different ways to go about it. You guys can just be creative. Because I don't rely on Google for everything. In my head when I'm talking to a prospect, I already have a solid idea of what it is that we're going after. Okay? Even though I charge them for a competitive analysis, I still know kind of what we're going after. I have an idea of what each of those things are worth, and I also have an idea based on other traffic coming from other websites, what those keywords are generating. Link to the first recording. Okay, hold on. Let me put a link to the first recording here. Gotta find it, guys. Just give me 1 second. Here is the link to the first recording. Do I meet all my clients in person? No, I don't. Just sent the link to the first recording. I guess you would ask how I deal with national clients. Do I fly over or deal with Skype or phone? It's usually through email. If I have to get on a Skype, I will. But most of it is through email. And as you start getting better and start being able to script things, and there is phone for one aspect of it, but after that it's just usually email. My CRM is Infusionsoft. It's tough to get email addresses out of the office. How do you find them? Well, that's a good question, Diane. But when I talk to one of my prospects, I make sure to actually get the actual doctor's email address personally. So if you want to know more about how I do that, you can get in touch with me. Won't SEMrush be less effective if we can't get keyword info? Not from what we've noticed. You guys have to figure out who your main prospects are, who your clients' main prospects are, right? If you go through the Practice Maximizer audit, you already have an idea of who they want their clients to be. Okay, like for surgeons, I can tell you that most of them want either to do breast augmentations or mommy makeovers. And if they're not ranking for that, I already know that that's what we're going to rank for. And we're also going to rank for buyer keywords. But I'm also going to check traffic through various sources and tools of their competitors to kind of gauge exactly what these keywords are getting and how much traffic that site is getting. I can see using the systems of NLP for face-to-face and meetings on Skype. Will you be going over language patterns as you use them in video presentations and or sales pages? Absolutely. Stan, you want to go look at NLP in a sales page? You can go to dreamlabsmarketing.com. My whole website is NLP, specifically based for plastic surgeons. So dreamlabsmarketing.com. Consulting fee plus fee for service. A little more explanation on that, Michael. Oh, talking about the CRM to track the prospects and potential prospects. I use Pipedrive for that. Well, more appropriately, I should say my appointment setters use Pipedrive. Who do I use for my competitive analysis? I use Dreamlabs, Furman. We get those done. Where can you get an accurate email list of cardiologists in the USA? Various different sources. Um, Stuart, just get in touch with me and I'll make sure that you get what you need. Yep, Jerry knows how to get the doctor's email. This is basic, but when you have multiple clients, how do you effectively keep track of what is going on with each one? And what reports do you provide to them? Carol, as crazy as this sounds, most of my clients don't even really get reports unless I feel it's absolutely necessary. Okay? And the reason for that is that they don't care about reports. I can send them reports all day long and they won't open them. The only thing my clients care about is if they have patients coming through their doors. That is the only thing they care about. Reports are just a poor excuse for bad SEO. It's probably not what you're going to hear elsewhere, but that's what I've found. Yeah. As long as they get results, Carol, that's all that really matters. There's no reason to try to get boggled down over that, you know. But they have to understand also that you're only one half of the equation. Okay. You can only do so much, and you have to make sure that their back end, you know, their office and their staff know what they're doing as well. I hope that makes sense. Do I charge a separate consulting fee or just the price your service is? You said you did charge for your competitive analysis. I do. I charge for a competitive analysis, and then if they want consulting above and beyond what was already covered in the services that were rendered, I charge $375 an hour to my clients, and I bill that out in 15-minute increments. I hope that answers your question, Michael. Anybody else have any questions? Nope. How important is it to have a cross-platform branding for your own business? Really depends on what you're trying to achieve. I knew that I wanted to go after plastic surgeons, so I kind of branded my whole site kind of towards that, but I also have a separate site for the different things that I do that apply to other people. So I think it's very important to build your vertical and to have that niche that you specifically want to go after that you feel is going to be your biggest money maker. But I also don't like to pigeonhole myself to where I don't leave it open for different opportunities that might come my way. A lot of the people that I talk to, mm, you know, they think that they only have to go after one specific type of client. And that's all well and good, but if you're really trying to grow your business, it's very important to put yourself out there, and things that come your way that you might not have thought of but can be equally as lucrative, I don't pass those down, nor do I tell my students to pass those down. You know, you're in business to make money, okay? So having your vertical is good, but be open to being able to accept other things into your into your business as well. Who do I use to create video? Actually, Brian, we create our own videos here in-house as well. In case you guys haven't noticed yet, I absolutely hate outsourcing because it ended up costing me way too much money to the point where I just did everything in-house and taught myself everything that we needed to know in order to make it work. If you need some videos made, you can get in touch with me in the Facebook group and we can get you taken care of. And we make those incredibly affordable. Um, yeah, you can contact me for video pricing, Brian. It's not a problem. Depending on what the project is, we can do anything. Anything else, guys? Let me see something here. Here we go. We still have 67 people on the call. I'm here. I'm making time. Yes, I know Jeff. He's a great guy. And thank you very much for the compliment. That's what I'm here for, guys. I'm here to give you guys as much value as I possibly can into your guys' business. I want to see you guys grow. I love hearing success stories. I love it when somebody just writes me and says, "Hey, I closed my client with, I just applied this," and there's no better feeling in the world for me. Mahalo to you too, Stan. Is my audio still messed up or how's it going? Can you guys hear me still? It's good, okay. Carol, like I said, for the outsourcing, um, my company focuses really on SEO and video SEO. Um, like I said, it starts at $750 a month for SEO and it works its way up depending on how competitive the market is and how much resources we have to allocate to each project. If you have questions about SEO, I can put you in touch with some people that are currently using us and having great results. And it's actually opening up the door for them to bring on more clients because now they have the results to feel out there and be confident to sell. The mastermind call will be once a week. Yep. I want to make it so you guys get the most benefit out of it. So it's going to be once a week. Any tips on how to best approach market influencers such as associations with the goal of capturing their members through leveraging the head honchos of the organization? Hold on, let me read that again. Any tips on how to best approach market influencers such as association with the goal of capturing members throughout the yeah, I do, Stuart. What I would offer to an association is I would offer to give a presentation for them um, and make it extremely valuable and extremely catered uh, to whichever association you're trying to go after. Okay. Um, so just like I said, provide value to them. Say that you'd like to give a presentation to show them how they can improve their business by doing like 3 simple steps or something like that. Put it together, get them on a webinar or do it like at their office or something like that, and you'll be amazed at the response that you'll get because at that point you're not there to sell. Remember, you're there to provide a service and inform them, and after that you're going to get a lot of people asking you questions, which leads the opportunity to conversation, right? Which is kind of what we talked about today. And you're there to serve them and you're there to answer their questions. Awesome, Michael. Thank you. Can I go back to the first couple of slides that have scripts on them? Absolutely. You are in another mastermind. Can you join later, or is today the only time I can join? I'm gonna make the price for this go up as we start offering it to more people. Um, you guys can do what you want. If you really want to get in, just get in touch with me privately, and I'll make it work for you guys. What SEO results can we project to the client? Will they get to page one, spot number, approximate amount of time? Yes, they'll absolutely get to page one. The approximate amount of time that you're looking at is 30 to 60 days. Have we done it a lot faster than that? And do we do it a lot faster than that? Yes, we do. Um, I mean, we turned somebody else's SEO rankings around in the matter of 2 weeks. Um, but for the sake of being fair to my company and being fair to you, in keeping the client and setting expectations properly, I would have to tell you to tell the client, 45 to 60 days to be on the safe side and over deliver once it happens a lot faster. Because that's just going to establish you as an awesome consultant, and they're going to respect you for, being honest with them and providing results faster than they were expecting. The first couple of slides. Hold on one second, guys. That's probably right. Here, there it is. There's one of them right there. Could I rate plastic surgeons on the competitive of a market, say 1 to 10? Yeah, absolutely. It's 10. It's extremely competitive in the plastic surgery field. If you guys go look at breast augmentation Orange County, if you guys Google that, or if you Google breast augmentation Orange County CA, you'll see that we're absolutely dominating that page uh, with some video SEO. I think we're like number 1 and number 2 position. That is probably by far one of the most competitive markets in the United States in any niche. Um, and one of the clients that we have for that, he's been trying to crack onto that for the last 4 years, and we actually did that one in under a month. So, but yes, it's extremely competitive, and if your SEO team doesn't know what they're doing and they don't have the resources available to be able to do that, um, you don't count on breaking into high-end markets anytime soon. Breast augmentation, Orange County, and Orange County, CA. Do you ever offer exclusives? Absolutely, Furman. Each one of my clients is exclusive to their city. Obviously, they pay me enough, right? You don't want your client to feel like you're out there just trying to close anyone or anyone just for the sake of making a dollar. If you're not exclusive, you're not going to be worth as much. And that's something that I absolutely convey to each one of my clients. We work with one person per area, and that's it. And if it's not you can count that somebody else will take your place relatively quickly. What do you do with plastic surgeons who do not have a website? I get them a website, Craig. I get them to see the value in having a website and how to be competitive. Do I use business cards, and if so, what is your title? President, CEO, or I'm the CEO of my company, Jimmy. I have an LLC, um, and I am the CEO. That's it. Plus, when you're doing business with people, um, they feel better knowing that they're talking to the owner directly. It's a good way to position yourself. When you say get a hold of me, what is your preferred contact, email, or the Facebook? I have a question beyond the group. You can contact me on Facebook. That is the best way to get a hold of me. Hey, Mike. Sure. What I'm offering to you guys is I'm offering you guys a private mastermind group. where I will be spending time 1 hour a week with you all and going over each one of your each person's concern and going more in depth into all the things that I've covered in the webinars. So as opposed to just scratching the surface, we physically go in and we learn all the intricacies of everything and why things work. On top of that, we go ahead and we address the concerns that people are running into and the blocks um, that you might have that prevent you from moving forward. So I've sent the link out to that again, um, if you're interested. How many keywords? It starts with 5. Sending out a replay soon. Yes, I'll do my best to get a replay out to you guys as fast as I can. Last week it took me a little bit, but I think this week should be a little bit more streamlined and it will be out a little faster. What is the name of my other website aside from Dreamlabs Marketing? It is juliandescamps.com, so check it out. And then I run another business on top of that, um, which I have something else going to. So there you go. Cool. All right, nice having you, Michael. Diane, great questions. What if you don't have any testimonials in case they ask? For a few select people, I'm letting them use our own testimonials over here at Dreamlabs. I understand that a lot of you guys don't have testimonials yet to go after. As long as you guys are using Dreamlabs for your SEO, I have no problem giving you guys access to being able to claim those as the company that you work with in terms of SEO. That should give you the confidence to go out there and be a part of that. Do you have a time that the mastermind calls will start? These 2 a.m. calls are killing you. um, for those of you that joined, I'll go ahead and send out an email to you guys and try to figure out a time to where we can all kind of meet. Um, and I might have to split it up into groups for the people that are overseas, but I will do my best to make it work and be convenient for everyone. How long have I been in business? I have been in business since February of 2012, Tim, in terms of my own company and internet marketing. Is the $750 a month for 5 keywords ranked? Yes. But once again, it depends on the market that you're going after. Okay. Awesome. It's my pleasure, Furman. No, it's dreamlabsmarketing.com. Here, check it out, guys. This whole site is NLP. There you go. It's my pleasure, Carol. As long as you guys get value from it, then I did my job and I feel good about it. Hopefully I'll see you in the Facebook group and we can talk. Let me check something here real quick. What makes me better than the others? Well, the thing is, Tim, is I don't trust other people to touch my SEO because it's way too valuable to me and to my clients, especially at the level that I'm dealing with. If it's not perfect, um, then I lose a lot of money. If you heard me talk about earlier how I don't really send reports off to my clients, at least my high-end clients and things like that, that's because they don't care about that. The only thing that they care about is results. So if I'm not able to provide that for them, it doesn't make my company very successful. We have systems in place, we have networks in place uh, that cost me a lot of money to put together. Um, and I don't know if you have questions in regards to results, you're more than welcome to reach out to the Facebook group. And I know there's plenty of people out there using us that can testify for us. What rate do I charge my clients for 5 keywords? My minimum SEO contract with my clients is $3,000 a month. Hey, it's my pleasure, Sarita. Uh, Thank you. Thank you for showing up and thank you for learning. Thanks, Stuart. And hope all is well in Egypt. Well, thank you, Lori. Yeah, I try to do my best to give you guys the information out there that everybody tries to hold to themselves because it actually works, right? Me giving you guys this information isn't going to hurt my business in any way. In fact, I think it can only improve it because you guys are going to go out there and be successful, right? And hopefully you guys are going to need somebody to deliver on your SEO and you guys can come to us and we would be a pleasure to serve you. David, my SEO starts at $750 a month. Okay, depending on which market that you're trying to go after. Obviously, more competitive markets cost a little bit more, um, but you're easily able to have a 50% ROI on the on your SEO. So even if at a maximum, you're paying $1,300 a month for your SEO, it's incredibly worth it because you can go out there and easily charge $2,500 to $3,000 for these results. Hey, it's my pleasure, Ryan. All right, Brian, it's great having you. Yes, there will be a recording of the webinar, David. How would you go about using my testimonials? Good question. Um, so when you're a consultant, what happens is consultants don't really deliver on the services, okay? So how other people are using their testimonials is they say, hey, you know what? We work with such and such company in terms of delivering the results on our SEO, and this is what they're doing, and this is what we do. So remember that you guys are consultants, right? And consultants have teams behind them that support them. You give them an answer to the problem. So I hope that answered your question. Yes, David, we do all our SEO in-house. India does not touch our SEO. Neither does the Philippines. It's 100% made in USA. No, we monitor the SEO, Diane. We monitor it for you. It's not your responsibility. It's us as a company. Yes, local as well. Guys, it's local and national. Um, local is sometimes can be equally as competitive to get into as a national field. So, do I do website design? I know people who do website design. My company won't touch a website for under $15,000. Uh, I can put you in touch with people who do it. Um, but in my professional experience and what I've noticed, dealing with websites is about the biggest pain in the butt that you're ever going to have to deal with. It's like babysitting, and usually, at least for me and my company, it's just not worth our time. But I know phenomenal web designers that I can definitely put you in touch with. Do I have experience with SEO in Australia? No, we do not have any Australian clients as of right now, but the methods are the same, Michael. So if we can do SEO in the United States, we can do SEO in Australia. It just really depends on the needs of your client. And if you have further questions about it, we can go ahead and set up a meeting to kind of talk about what your needs are and see if we would be a good fit for you. What do I recommend for keyword research? And I am right about web design. Yeah, I hate web design, David. I won't touch it. If I touch it, it's going to be worth my time. Um, what I recommend for keyword research, I recommend actually figuring out what your prospect actually needs. Okay, and then from there, I'll take a look and manually go in there and see exactly what we're competing against and what the traffic that's being driven to is generating. So that's kind of how we do our keyword research. In case you guys haven't noticed, We do a lot of things manually because if we're the people doing it, um, at least we only have ourselves to blame if things don't work out the way that we initially thought, as opposed to always having to rely on a tool or something like that. We don't really take shortcuts here. Um, you know, I don't know. I just don't take shortcuts in my business, nor do I take shortcuts for my clients. Can you see slide 74 again? Sure. Let me get it there. There you go. You can clap for me. Do I typically perform SEO or organic results or local search results? Organic SEO, Ryan. Because with organic SEO, we can easily go further uh, than places and things like that. So our goal is to pass them. Do I manage reputations myself, and can you access that service? Michael, I do not do reputation management. It's it's a gray area for me because I don't know. I know people who do great reputation management though. So if you have a question in regards to reputation management, you can write me either in the group or privately on Facebook, and I can put you in touch with people that do it phenomenally. Do you normally charge your plastic surgeons around 8,000 a month? Would that price be about the same in cities with about 100,000 to 150,000 population? No. Okay, my average plastic surgeon is anywhere between $4,000 and $6,000 a month. I do have a client that pays me $8,000 a month, but it is strictly Southern California and it's extremely competitive, and his requirements are very customized. How do you tell the keywords the client needs, not suggesting you take shortcuts? No, I didn't. I wasn't saying that in a bad way, David. Just kind of saying. Um, it just comes down to us looking for it. I mean, they're looking to you to make a professional recommendation on uh, your services. If you can come back to your client and say, based on these statistics that we found and what your competitors are doing, this is what we think the best avenue of approach is, they're going to respect your decision. Okay, because statistics and metrics aren't really as important as they're made out to be. If you have half a brain and you can take 10 to 15 minutes to figure it out, um, you know you're going to be pretty good. Do you do less than 5 keywords for SEO, 3 keywords? Do you do more than 10 keywords? Yes, it really all depends on the needs of the client, Diane. Um, so it's all relative to the needs of your client. So hold on, let me check something real quick here. Cool. Yay. Thanks, Lori. Facebook page. Let me get that over to you guys who did not get into the Facebook group yet. I will relink it for those of you who came in late. My take on PPC is that I don't do it. Um, we find that, well, and here's why. The markets that I deal with, the PPC rate is extremely high, right? And if somebody really wants to be a dick, and you've got high competition, they can click on your PPC ad and your client's just going to get charged. Also, I've noticed that some people just won't click on ads because they feel that they're spammy. Okay. So that's why we really like to focus on the organic and make things look natural and have as big of a presence as we can um, to uh, to be effective. Okay. If you're doing things organically, it looks like it's supposed to be there. It looks like you're a source of authority, and it looks like um, I don't know. I guess it just looks natural. Um, I've never dealt with PPC Furman, so I might be a little biased on that. There's other people though that that I can put you in touch with who do deal with PPC. And if you'd like that, just ask in the Facebook group, and I will gladly put you in contact with someone. Northern California prices, Carol, it's all subjective to the area. Northern California is a pretty big place. Will I help people close a deal and walk them through? Absolutely, guys. I do this every day for people. It's actually part of my favorite thing to do when it comes to coaching. I will absolutely help you close a deal. I have a prospect who only wants 3 SEO keywords. How much would that be? Diane, get in touch with me in Facebook and we'll discuss the SEO needs. So I hope you see, guys, I'm here to answer every single one of your questions. Those of you who have not joined the Facebook group yet, I would really appreciate it if you did, because I want to feel good about myself knowing that I got 100 members in less than a week time. So if you haven't joined yet, come and join us and let us all clap for hitting 100 people in less than a week. I am a dream come true, Carol. Hence Dream Labs, right? It's the whole foundation of my company. I appreciate the compliment. So here is the link for the Facebook group. And for those of you still joining the mastermind, here is the link again. Uh, yes, you're right, Margaret. You guys do need an SEO company that you can trust. And the thing is with these big agencies is just that. They're big. You don't get that personalized attention that you would with kind of like a more mom and pop shop. We're extremely custom in what we do with SEO. Uh, everything is very on a per project basis. Um, and your SEO strategy might be completely separate and different than somebody else's SEO strategy. But we do have all the systems in place to be able to handle whatever your needs are. Sam, the main way I get clients is through my system. If you'd like to know more about that, you can join our mastermind or you PM me privately, and I can talk to you more uh, about getting you involved into our program. Let's see. Yay. Thanks, Brad. Welcome aboard. 98 members. Let's take a look. Do I first contact surgeons by email or by direct mail? I stopped doing direct mail quite a few months ago, and I first contact surgeons through the phone, believe it or not. It is the easiest way to get a hold of them. Keep them coming, guys. There's still 55 people here. Sorry. Even getting past the gatekeeper? Absolutely, Sam. That's easy. No, I don't do direct mail anymore, Excel. Just do the client acquisition cost. It's way too expensive. I've managed to put something together that completely eliminates the $500 to $600 a month that I would spend on direct mail. It's effective, no doubt, if you're doing it right. But I mean, if you're really trying to scale your business and leverage it out, it's not the most cost effective, especially not when you're first starting out. What, easy to get past a gatekeeper? Yes, David, it is easy to get past a gatekeeper. Thanks for sharing the information. I wasn't aware of the first webinar on owning to a power outage from the overnight storm that came in late this one. So I'll join the Facebook group and look for the webinar replay so I can get more info. No problem, guys. Boom. 99. Yeah, guys, make sure you introduce yourselves in the Facebook group. So Sarita, Keith, awesome. Introduce yourselves. Great bunch of people. How do I get past the gatekeeper? Ah, Sam, that is the million-dollar question. Can't give away all my secrets, right? Get in touch with me and we can discuss something for you. Name for the Facebook group. It's Dreamlabs Marketing. On iPad, it's not clickable. Shoot me a PM on the in within Facebook, and I'll get you in. So you're not using the X-ray envelopes anymore or lumpy mail? No, I'm not, Robert. Does it work? Yes, it works. I'm not telling you guys not to do it. I'm just saying that I have stopped doing it because we just have a more effective way of getting in touch. This direct mail solution, this interests me. The costs are high. I will contact you for that. Let's see what we can work out. Yeah, no problem, Frank. Um, you can talk to other people in the Facebook group that are currently using my method. Uh, they're in touch with plastic surgeons, very much so. And this also works with other things aside from plastic surgeons as well. What items did I use for the lumpy mail when I used it? Okay, so when I was doing lumpy mail, I actually had an account with More Medical, and I would buy X-ray folders, legitimate X-ray folders that had a piece of cardboard in them so you didn't bend your X-rays and things like that. And then I had custom Dreamlabs folders, uh, paper clipped into these, and then from there, I had a direct mail piece within the folder with my card and a $1 bill stapled to each and every one of these. Was it effective? Yes. Was it extremely expensive? Yes, especially when you're sending off 500 to 1,000 at a time. Yay! Guess what, guys? We are over 100. Awesome. What are other high-end industries you can go after? Construction. Lots of money there. Lawyers, even though the market's a little bit tapped out, but if you manage to niche it down a little bit, you can still have some results. What is the return on the 5,000 that I sent out? Uh, I didn't send out 5,000. It was more around 500 at a time, and my return was around 1%. So not that good. But I mean, it really depends on how you're looking at it. Because, one client, $5,000. So it really depends on how you look at it. Thank you, Lori. Any comments on the Facebook survey? Not really sure what you mean, Carol. Yeah, Margaret, is around a 1% conversion rate. Kitchens and bath remodeling. I don't know. I would just kind of look at, I would do a search on Google to see what those kinds of industries usually bring in every year. Oh, the results on the Facebook survey that I posted. Let me look. Closing deals got the most requests. Do I share gatekeeper sales tactics in the group? Not in this Facebook group. No, I don't. What do I typically charge for standalone video SEO? It really depends on, like I said, the market. If we're going for something not too competitive, between $300 and $400 a month. If you're going after something extremely competitive, it can go all the way up to $997 a month. It really depends. 1% conversion rate, conversions meaning responses or to an actual client. That's a great question. That's conversion turning into an actual client. That's funny, SC. Hey, but look on the bright side, right? It was very easy to get a hold of the owner, right? He didn't have time for you, but he's the owner and he picked up the phone. So you got to look on the bright side of things. There we go. Awesome. Tim, which price? Lots of prices were covered. Yep, move on. Guys, I don't waste my time with people that don't want to give me the time. Okay? There's so many more people out there that need you as opposed to trying to beat yourself over the head on why somebody didn't sign up with you. Yes, Sam, there's going to be a replay of this. How many in the mastermind? I have no idea yet because I have not checked. So I don't have an answer for you, David. The mastermind group. How much is it for the mastermind group? Let me see something here. Here you go. You click the link, you can check it out and see if it's for you. And when I was putting this together, guys, I kind of based it on what other people were charging for their masterminds, and I did my best to make it at least $100 to $200 cheaper than what everybody else is charging, so you guys could get benefit from it. You're welcome. Will there be a third webinar? Yes, there will, and it is top secret, surprise webinar. I have a few ideas of what I want to do for you guys. Yep. Have a great night, Carol. What do I say when clients ask me how long it will take to get results? I always tell them 45 to 60 days, and I over deliver on that. But what it does, like I said earlier, is that it allows me to leverage my time and I don't feel rushed for them to start asking me a bunch of questions of why things aren't the way they're supposed to be. But when you deliver it within a month and a half, they're going to be extremely happy. Hey, no problem, Rod. How do you learn from me to get past the gatekeeper? Get in contact with me through Facebook and we can discuss it, David. Cool. I think it's starting to die down a little bit. If Sure, Rose, good seeing you. You can shoot me a private message through Facebook, David. My pleasure, Elaine. Hey, no problem, Ryan. So if this is it, guys, if there's no more questions coming through, I'm going to sign off. And I really appreciate every single one of you guys coming out here and spending some time with me on this Wednesday night. And we'll be in touch soon. I'll see you guys in the forums.